machine where it does both the microneedling and the laser at the same time. And so it's like a treatment that targets a whole bunch of concerns at the same time. So you've got the, the microneedling that'll do lines, wrinkles, and acne scarring and that kind of stuff. And then combined with like the laser will do like a bit more of the hyperpigmentation, evening our skin tone in stuff and stuff like that. So it targets pretty much everything. So your question was, what are you looking to target? This treatment pretty much does it all.
Okay. What you said the treatment was again?
It's called the secret duo machine. So it's microneedling and laser.
Secret doer machine.
Yeah, secret duo. Yeah, it's microneedling and erbium laser.
Opium laser.
Yeah, there's a couple of reels on our Instagram if you wanted to just to go have a look, and it'll say in the caption what it does and everything like that as well.
Okay. So yeah, I think let's just figure out what offer are we trying to push out right now.
Yeah.
So you said like we need a few sessions for it to be good, right?
Yeah. You generally need at least three, and they're about 4 to 6 weeks apart. Even more so you can spread them out. But like I said, if you just go back onto the Instagram, it'll say on there specifically. But it's a few sessions, so people tend to buy either 3 or 6, and then they do it every couple of months or every however long, and then over time you'll just see the difference in the skin condition.
Shit. Yeah.
So
So,
I'm not sure, like that we could do like a bundle, like you could either um make it a discounted where if you buy 3 you get a certain discount, or if you buy 6 you get a certain discount. The more bundles, the more
right.
sessions that you buy, the higher the discount. So we could do something like that. Or we could even do it in combination. So like you could do, buy one of these and you can get a complimentary LED session.
Yeah. So I was thinking we could go with a solid offer. Like let's say we go with 3 sessions.
Hmm.
There's an upsell and a downsell.
Yeah.
That's how you want to sell it when the leads actually come into the clinic. So I mean, obviously upsell, like you said, it'll be more packages and then cheaper, and then downsell is like, one session. But like it's like because you said one session won't really make a big difference,
It,
right?
it it does look. I've had one session myself, so like personally, like I do know that you always walk away from it feeling like you just rejuvenated. It's almost like a skin therapy session. You know how people have facials and stuff like that, like a chemical peel, which we offer as well. We offer a lot of different chemical peels. So in that sense, it is a treatment on its own, but to really see a difference, to really make a difference, and you need more than a few sessions, if that makes sense.
So how about we just go with 3 sessions? How
Yeah.
much is that about?
Oh, good question. I'll just double check on the pricing wise. Uh
Give a free consult, and you said we could give out like the free what's it called? LED.
LED, yeah, LED therapy. Yeah. So let me get back to you about the laser, because we've priced them separately. So like the on our Instagram, we've got the price list, and we've got the laser resurfacing as a separate pricing to the microneedling. Even though the machine does both. So I'll just have to double check with that. So it'll be microneedling plus laser resurfacing. I think it'd be about $700 a session.
Per session. All right,
Yeah.
but before we actually craft out this offer, like I need to
Mm.
understand how your suburb is like, because you're based in Collingwood, right?
We're in Collingwood, yeah. So
Not like a rich suburb.
it it's sorry, say that again.
Is it like a wealthy suburb?
Yeah, it's pretty, look, it's a bit of both. So I'd say it's middle, upper middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've got a mix of people, like you've got some older established families, white families, but then you've also got like the young hipsters, and the younger single people as well. So you've got quite a big broad range in Collingwood.
So you think like this offer, like people would actually be able to afford it, right?
I
In
think so. I think so, because and it's quite if especially if it's in an offer, if it's promoted, if it's on sale, I think they would, maybe individually, not necessarily, but if we promote it and make it as a package, or or a parcel, it would be more likely to be looked at and to be affordable. I think, like, we haven't actually done a sale on it yet. People have bought it at full price. So I guess if we promote it on sale it'd be more likely that more people would get it. So this is one option. Like if you think that if you have a look at it, if you think it's not affordable, not a good option, there's plenty of others. Like we can do chemical, like other stuff like the chemical peels, or we can do the dermal filler. So there's lots of different options that we can do, just depending on what you think is the best way to go.
Just if you're saying like one session costs like about $700, then
Yeah.
for 3 sessions it's gonna be like 2.1 thousand.
Pretty much, yeah, yeah, almost, yeah. Well, obviously, like when we do sell in the past, when we've had a sale, like we would always make a offer where it's like, okay, if you buy three, we can make it to like $1,800 or something like that. You buy two, get one free, or something along those lines. And it's worked. Like I've had people buy three at one time, or they just buy one, see how it goes, and then buy another one later on when they want to. Um, so it is pricey, but it's because the machine itself is quite expensive, and then it's almost an invasive procedure because you're doing the microneedling. So it's an invasive procedure.
All right. Yeah, let me just go
I don't,
through.
it's like completely up to you. Like this was just I was looking at it from a more profitable point of view because it needs to be purchased, or it's most beneficial if you purchase it in a bundle rather than just one off. And it almost like guarantees us a returning customer because they're going to come back a couple of times. But if you feel like it's not really the way to go, then yeah, we can, for example, talk about just doing like a sale on the chemical peels, which is, people can do just one every 6 months, or, one, something like that.
How about we try if we could go with one session instead of three, or like 2 sessions, and then we'll
Yeah.
price it according to how much you want to price it, and then we'll see
Yeah.
how.
Sure. Okay.
Right. So basically, what they're getting when they pay for the offer is like 2 to 3 sessions, and then a free consult as well as the LED therapy. Is that right?
Yes. Okay. Yep. That sounds really good.
Okay. How far do you think we could service in terms of around the clinic? Like, how far do you think people will be willing to travel to the clinic for a service?
Oh, that's a good question. I think maybe
A mouse?
like 40 minutes, like kilometers wise, I'm not sure, but like, let me look at the map. Like we do get a lot of foot traffic, which is, good, but I would say, yeah, just like 30 kilometers to Richmond, South Yarra. Actually, it's quite a broad range. Like,
I'll
yeah,
just put like a 12-mile radius around the clinic. That's all right. That's the ship.
12 miles. How would that, sorry, what's that in kilometers?
Uh, maybe about 15, I think. Sure.
Oh, yep, 20 kilometers. So 15. Cool. Do you want to make it like a little bit more? Do you want to make it like
15 miles.
15 miles? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just like worried, like people they might just say, oh, it's too far and then I can't travel.
Mm, okay.
But
Yeah, maybe so. All right. Yeah, I'm happy. Honestly, I think,
let's just like test out 15 miles and then we'll see how it goes from there.
yeah. Yeah.
Right, so offers yeah, I think who are your competitors around you? Are you familiar with them?
Uh, no, because a lot of them are individual. So we have a nurse who has her own business, like who used to work with us, and now she's gone to another clinic by her own. So she's not actually with the competitors would be someone like Laser Skin Clinics, Australia, those kinds of people, and then just smaller businesses that I'm not aware of who they are, who'd be close by, if that makes sense.
So you're pretty much a monopoly in terms of like in Collingwood, is
In
it?
that area, yeah, in Collingwood, yeah.
So you're right. And you're not doing
There's
anything.
one like doctor down the road. Um, I can't remember his name exactly, but it's like a dermatology, like a uh he's like around the corner, but he's also like a GP slash, yeah, but I don't know if that would be yeah, that he'd be considered a competitor for sure.
Okay.
But
And
he's the most obvious one just because he's pretty close by.
okay,
Most of the competitors are in what's that neighborhood? Fitzroy.
it's right. Do you
Yeah.
know the names or specifically?
Sorry.
Do you know the clinic names. Yeah.
Oh, there's like cosmetic, I think it's called. There's one of them. That's the one I can think of off the top of my head. Um, but yeah, no, I can't think of one off the top of my head, unfortunately. The ones just it'd be like the Australian skin clinics or the laser clinics Australia. Those are the more
Franchises, they're
yeah,
more
the
good.
franchises, but then the smaller ones, no, I haven't really heard too much about them around Collingwood, Fitzroy, to be honest.
Okay, well, I think now it's just in terms of the creative.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said, I could come and help you guys take a few photos or like film something.
Yeah.
But with filming something, it depends because let me just send you the script that I come up with. It's just a very short
Yeah.
script. But who you think will be able to film for it, or like someone that's good in front of a camera?
Yeah, so what I could do is put like the like an ad out in a way and say like not necessarily an ad, but I could ask for like a model to come who would be comfortable in front of a camera. And then post it on an Instagram or post it somewhere else. Could we start with that as well? Could we put that as part of an advertise to see if somebody can come in and feel to be like part of the content? Because I've seen
Yeah,
the,
yeah. My other client is doing that as well. He just ran like a Instagram post saying like, if you want to come in as a model and then yeah, just come in for a treatment or something like that. And then we
yeah,
can
and it could be like at a discounted rate. Um,
a lot of clinics do that as well, but yeah.
yeah, and especially I think it would be I don't think it goes against any APRA register like regulations because it's a skin treatment rather than a medical, it's not injectables or anything. So we could if we could make a post that would advertise someone to come in and then that way somebody will book in who's happy, who we know for a fact is happy to be filmed, and then we could use that person.
I think yeah, before you actually post the ad, let me go and figure out more a bit of like in terms of the video, how we want to script it.
Yeah.
Because I know like photo ads work pretty good as well.
Okay.
So I could come in and take a few photos for you guys as well. So that should be all right.
Photos wise, yeah. I mean, for example, we could even use one of us, like myself, my sister, my mum.
Yeah.
We could even use that. So I'm very, very happy to do so.
Or do you want to test out with photos first before we go into video? Like I
Yeah.
could
Yeah,
should
sure. And then just like a photo of like, for example, the machine being used.
yeah, sort of. And then
Yeah.
like a few photos and then because photos work as well, as
Yeah.
long as we are able to convey like our offer, I think that should be all right.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And then how big of a client list do you have right now?
So our client list, I'll have a look. It's like active or is it like in total, do you mean?
Total. Like just people that you have their phone numbers and email.
Yep. So that would be, I think, about 600.
Shit, that's not bad. Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, okay. Could you send me in terms of like a CSV list or like a what do you call it? Excel spreadsheet. You have
Yep.
it in an Excel spreadsheet, is that right?
It'll be like I think you have to from Timely. I know how to download it. So yeah, that should be fine. So I'll get onto that.
Yeah, but basically right now I think what I could do for you with that list is because they've all come in for a treatment or something like that, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we could run a Google review campaign because your Google reviews right now is actually very low.
Yep.
So yeah, we could get a few more Google reviews. So how that will work is basically we incentivize people to do it.
Okay.
Then yeah, we only try and we filter out people that doesn't give 5 stars and then we
Oh,
accept people.
actually, I lied. I'm sorry. We've got about 1,000 customers.
Oh yeah, that's even better.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Great. Yeah, that sounds like a really good idea. And that way we get some bonus reviews. And yeah, very happy with that.
Okay. And then yeah, basically when we advertise, we could do a lookalike audience as well. So basically all
Okay.
these people, yeah. So how much of a budget are you thinking to spend around a day?
That's a very good question, Nathaniel.
Like rather what's the maximum that you would be willing to spend?
Um it depends. If you tell me how long you think this needs to run for, then I can get an idea of because I mean I could easily say, for example, $50 a day, but I don't know how long
Actually,
it would need to run for.
I think how about we start out with $20 and then we
Okay.
see how much of a return we can get from there. And if it goes well, we scale up even more.
Sure. And so for $20 a day for how long? For 2 weeks or?
Yeah, we could try it out for 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And then, yeah, let's discuss the funnel. So basically, when people click into the ads, where do we want to funnel them to?
Mm.
I could
So
help you build out a landing page if you want.
yeah, we can do as in landing pages in the website or
Yeah,
the
but a landing page is not really a website because your website has too much information.
yeah.
It's gonna
So we
come.
could we could do like the would the booking page work?
Uh, Generally not because if you want to send them to a booking page, we could as well.
Yeah.
But how the landing page will be is that they submit their details and then
Mm.
when they click submit, this
So
they
a landing page is not something that we have already established. Like we would create this landing page. Is that correct?
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Do you have, I mean,
yeah, I can
how
help
would
you.
we go about create? Would we create, like, would you create it? Would we create it? How would that work?
Yeah, I could help you come up with a landing page as well, but you would
Yeah.
need to give me all the details as well. Do you have like a intro video or something like that?
In intro to what, as in like the clinic? Oh,
Uh, I'll send you a landing page I'm currently working
okay.
on.
Yep.
See how we go from there. Yeah, but if not a landing page, we could use a instant form as well. So
Okay.
when people click into the ad, they submit their info details in exchange for the offer, and then
Yep.
we, right. So yeah, I mean that's a more simplified version.
Yep.
I, yeah. So
And
basically,
you've
if
got, and like I said, you've got the access. So any of our reels and stuff that we've made on Instagram, that like all of our media that we've got, we've posted it on Instagram. So if you need like any,
yeah,
any I don't know what the word I'm looking for is media. I guess the word I'm looking for is yeah, you can use or something similar, you could look at our Instagram page and take it from there.
yeah. I'll compile everything and then we'll see what works and what doesn't. And if not, I'll just come in and shoot a bit more photos.
Yeah.
And in terms of the video, yeah, let's delay that for a bit because
Yeah, sure.
and then yep.
A
So
photo
basically,
and then would also be coupled with like an informative caption or something like
yeah.
that.
So like
Yeah,
it would be a heading or something like eliminate wrinkles or like reduce age.
exactly. Yeah.
And then yeah. So basically, I
So
want
the only concern that I have with Instagram, right, is the fact that a lot of our clients, for whatever reason, I think because the ex-owner is from the UK. So she booked or followed a lot of people from the UK, a lot of businesses. So a lot of the followers that we have are actually based in the UK. And so we've got quite a few, like we've got a couple of thousand followers on Instagram, but not a lot of them are actually our clients, and not a lot of them are based in Australia to begin with. So that's my one concern as well. But I guess with these ads that we're targeting, that would help to build our Instagram clientele as well.
it depends because like that would be more towards organic
Yeah,
content.
yeah.
But
Because like all of the content that now we over the last year that we've been trying to film and do all that or post, the likes are not that much obviously unless we boost the post, but even then, like when I boost the Instagram ad and pay for it as an ad, as a paid for ad, you get more likes and things like that, but I can't tell if it's we're reaching people that are actually going to become clients. Like I've had a couple of people who said, yeah, I found you on Instagram, or I found you searching online. But I want to be able to like build. So for example, the me personally as a young, girl, I have found an injector on Instagram and I've really liked her work. So I followed her because I'm interested in actually using her services as opposed to following her just for the sake of adding one more person to my list. Does that make sense? So I want to have people, I want to have followers, or I want to be able to get followers who are actually going to potentially become customers, and they're following us because they want to utilize our service.
yeah, but yeah, I
Rather
think
than right now, a lot of the followers that we've got are people who followed us back from when the owner followed, if that makes sense.
yeah, I think that's fair. So you want to build like a brand rather, is it?
Yeah, I mean, not rather. Like, I think eventually that's a goal as well, because I feel like a lot of people, a lot of the successful businesses, have a good brand on Instagram as well. And then when you get bigger, with a bit more of a following, then yeah, you do get more
Yeah, depends.
clientele. But
Yeah,
like, I think like to do that, like obviously we'd need to start with the Facebook advertising, what we're all talking about. But I feel like just as a goal, I'm just putting it out there that this is also something that I want to do in the future as well.
I think if you really want to build your brand out, it's really all about posting every day.
Yeah, yeah, which is
When you
okay.
put out, obviously the faster you grow as well. But
Yeah.
obviously knowing what type of content to put out as well.
Mm-mm. Yeah, it's quite difficult when there's so many regulations in place and it's difficult to film.
I think when you post organic, they
Mm.
actually don't regulate at all. You can post before and afters all the time.
Yeah, and then and the thing is as well, like having like a dedicated
Yeah.
like
Yeah. What,
somebody like the clinics that are posting organically and posting every day, I've noticed that they have like a dedicated team member who sits there and takes all the photos and stuff like that. So which is not something that we have at the moment.
yeah. Well, I could help take a few photos for you and then you could just post it anytime you want. So yeah.
Thank you.
But I think yeah, in terms of the funnel, right? Let me figure out if you want to do a landing page or an instant form. I think both works as well, as long as people are clicking into the ad, Because I
Yeah.
feel like if an instant form wouldn't work for our ads, then a landing page wouldn't work as well.
Okay. Whatever. Honestly, if you wouldn't mind, I can leave that up to you to decide whatever you think is easiest or whatever you think is most efficient. I don't really know the difference either way. So I guess that's up to you. I'll leave that to your judgment.
So when people actually come in, let's say they submit their details for you. So
Mm.
how do you contact them? You say you want to use Timely, is it?
Timely, yeah.
Because I'm not sure how does Timely automate everything or
No, you can. So if I, for example, like I go type in a customer's name right now and it'll come up with their phone number, there's an option to click send message and then you can type your own message and it'll send it through Timely.
but yeah, does that automate itself or we have to like really automate like we have to manually type the message in? Is
There's
that
both. We've got a lot of automated. So we've got messages set up where if somebody's booked an appointment, their confirmation message gets sent out automatically. Or if we've got like a reminder message that gets sent out automatically as well. But then, that's when somebody books in or when their appointment is in the next 2 days, that kind of stuff. But then there's appointments, for example, like messages where if I want to reschedule somebody, I will personally type out the message and send it to them.
I think that wouldn't work. Like we can't use Timely because
Mhm.
Timely doesn't integrate with Facebook. As in when someone submits the form,
Okay.
because like the software I use, when someone submits the form, they automatically get sent a message.
Okay.
Then we follow up from there. So like I'm not sure if Timely could do that. As in,
Mm.
like when someone submits the Facebook form itself, or like submit the form on the landing page, like Timely automatically sends a message. I don't think Timely can do that.
Is there a way that does it have to be automatic? Is there a way, for example, like we're pretty on top of things. Like, is there a way that if somebody submits the form, can we then manually send them a message?
Well, if you want to manually send them the
Mm.
message, sure.
Mm.
Like I could just set up a
Because like we're not anticipating that many people where, we're gonna lose track of the messages. Like, it would be as soon as somebody books in, we can send them a message.
yeah, but in terms of how long do you want to follow up with them? Because with the software,
Yeah.
I could follow up with them for 5 days straight, like
Yeah.
sending automated message, and
Mm.
then when someone replies, we get a
Yeah.
notification, and then like an actual person goes in and texts them, or
Okay.
rather call them up.
So with this software that you're talking about, would that be extra fees because you're going to have to subscribe to this new software or?
I already have it, so if you
Okay.
want to test it out, we could just test it out.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if it's already set up and if it's possible to trial it, then that's something that we could look into. Timely's been working well in terms of it's how we book all of our appointments. It's how we keep track of all of the individual points. Like you upload the photos, you upload the notes, and everything gets kept in the patient's um file. So that's why we use it. But if it was just in terms of like keeping in this software was just for advertising purposes, that's like something completely different.
Unless you want to, I could just set up a automation whereby when someone submits the form, a certain person in your clinic gets
Yeah.
notified about
Yep.
it, and they just call them up and then just text them. But it depends on how persistent you are with following up with them. That's
Yeah,
all.
sure. Yeah,
So
look, I'm willing to, can we give that a try?
yeah,
And
okay.
then if I find it, I guess if it's too difficult to maintain, then we
Yeah,
could always try an alternative way.
yeah, sure. But yeah, that's just it then, I guess. So who do you plan to ask to call the leads up?
So it would be if
or
It would probably be myself.
but are you free to do it?
I
'Cause
mean, it wouldn't have to be like the same instant. Like if you like help me to understand, like if somebody submits a form, how soon after does somebody need to be contacted?
within 5 million, 5 minutes ideally.
5 minutes. Okay. Yeah.
So like obviously when you submit the form, it's still fresh in your mind, and then when
Mm-mm.
you're most likely to book in an appointment.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, no, it'll
Yeah, that'll be a bit tough, right?
yeah, it would be a bit tough. Look, my even my mother, like she also works and she'll be at the clinic. So even if she was to do it, then she'd miss quite a few because she's not on her phone all the time. I'm definitely on my phone the most. But even with replying, like I might not be able to do it for 30 minutes while if I'm with a patient or something like that. So that's the
That's
difficult
why
part.
that's why the automation works because
Yeah.
if when someone submits a form, they get sent a message
Yeah.
immediately, and
Okay.
it depends on whether they reply, and then we just follow up from there on.
But then, for example, if people do submit this form, we get the messages and things like that. Is there a way to connect that to Timely where we can still add them into Timely so they're on our client list and in our books?
Yep. So the way I'm doing it with my current client right now is basically I follow up everything through the software that I have,
Yeah.
and then once they book into an appointment, he manually.
Manually does adds it to his appointment books and stuff. I see. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. I'm happy with that. That sounds like a good plan.
Is that right?
Yeah,
But the
100%.
thing is, when we're following up with, yeah, okay, that's gonna be a bit complicated because then you would probably have to call the leads up using the software as well. But that
Okay,
could be set up. And then the
okay.
messages, you have to pay for the messages. So it's
Hmm.
probably who sends a message, something like
Yeah.
that. So
Oh, as in like we pay for the messages through the software that you're talking about, or
yeah, so I already paid for the software.
yeah.
Then if you want to, obviously, if you want to send out messages or like you want to call the leads up,
Mm.
a like yeah, like I said, two cents a message, something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. All right. Yep.
But yeah, when I come into the clinic, I could teach maybe whoever wants to call the leads up using
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think it's a very good idea. Definitely.
the yeah, there's an app for it as well. So that's that. So I
Mhm.
think that's just it. Yeah. But just to set the expectations, right? Because like when we're running the ads, it's all actually cold traffic, right? So not
Mm.
every lead will actually be converted into an appointment.
Yeah, I understand that. That's why I was um thinking that even if we get leads or whatever it is, no,
Depends
no,
on how we want to follow
I
up with.
understand that. Yeah, that's fine.
So what we're aiming for, let's say that the what do you call it? Within the 2 week period,
Mm.
I think we should be able to aim for 5 to 10 appointments.
Yeah.
Depends
Okay.
on how good our follow-up systems are. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's just that. And then it depends on whether or not we want to take prepaid appointments. What do you think?
Prepaid as in
They pay a small fee for to come in.
yeah,
So
so
that-
we at the moment have a deposit system where they pay $80 to secure the appointment. So with every time somebody books, they have to pay like it sends them, it doesn't let them finish the booking unless they pay $80.
$80, could we
Yeah.
like lower it a bit? Because
Lower?
lower.
Yeah,
If
okay.
it's charging too high, like uh what do you call that? Online. It's a bit sus because like they don't actually know you. So like it
Yeah.
depends on when you want to
But
take
that doesn't affect our existing if somebody books through Timely, is that right? Or would have to do we actually no, you're right. It does have to because then if they're booking through Timely, we'd
no, do
have
you
to
have oh you're taking payments through Timely integration, is it?
that's right. It goes through the whole booking system is through Timely.
Is that a Stripe account or
Oh, no, I don't think it's Stripe. It's
it's just the Timely one, is it?
it just is the timely one, yeah.
Well, let me just figure that out if we want to actually take prepaid appointments. If not, I mean, I think taking their credit card details, that will be way harder because like they'll be more suspicious of it.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, to have a think, I mean, I guess if we are calling them though and speaking to them, maybe it's a little,
Yeah,
less.
so it
Yeah,
depends on how you want to talk to them, but I have a script for that as well.
yeah, yeah. So, it's hopefully not a little bit more convincing if somebody actually speaks to them. Um, but yeah, well, let me think about that part. And I'll speak to the family about that as well, about the prepaid appointments part, because it just gives us a little bit of security as well, because our nursing staff, they come in for these patients from quite a like a way away. And we don't want to have somebody who books in, but then because they don't have the incentive, they don't have a deposit paid or anything, that there's no guarantee that they're actually going to show up. And then you'll just have the nurse who will come and then expect a call out fee from us as well. Like we'll have to pay an $80 or $100 call out fee just for coming in.
What do you mean? Oh, as in like when you call the nurse to come in, is it?
Yeah, so one like we've had recently like a client who came in and he didn't show up, or he came but then he just changed his mind or something like that and he left, and one of the nurses was quite upset that she'd come all this way for one patient who then didn't end up having the appointment, and she was asking for a call out fee which was $100, which we ended up having to pay her. So I just anticipate that if we've got clients who have made a booking but then cancel last minute or don't show up, or are a no-show, then that might cause problems for the staff, because they're coming into the clinic and their time and effort to come in for a no-show, for someone who doesn't come.
Wait, so in terms of the person giving the treatments, it would be nurses that you hire outside, like it's like outside counsel. You don't
Yes,
actually.
so we've got two nurses who are our injectors, and then we've got a skin therapist as well who does all the laser, the skin, like the chemical peels and stuff. So they've been working with us for quite a while. What do you mean by outside? As in,
As in, you don't hire them full time. It's all
no, no,
contract.
they're hired, like they're full time just based on their appointments, so just depending on how many appointments they get, but they're contracted with us.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's a commission based kind of thing, is it?
Yeah, they get a commission. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think yeah, we definitely will have to take a prepaid then if you're saying
I
that's a,
think
it's
so.
like
I think just
I
just
mean
for just for everybody's peace of mind, and so that we're not just, if there does need to be a call out fee, or if the patient doesn't show up, then at least we've got something to give the staff.
yeah, okay. Well, then you have to figure out how to take the payment. Because I think Stripe would be the best because
Okay.
Stripe allows Apple Pay. So like, you could
Mm.
send them a link and then they could pay through Apple Pay. I think that would
So
be
and so it wouldn't work if, for example, we've sent them the link to the timely booking. So I'll send you the link now. This is what so
so you're
I'll
saying like let's say we call them up and then we send them the link in timely just to book in and
to,
then
to book in, yeah, because that way they can make the booking through timely, and then that's where you can also pay for your there you go. So that's the booking page that we use. It's linked on our Instagram bio, but then sometimes we even send it in like a text message as well, for in our SMSs. So people just go to this page, they can choose the treatment and then book through timely, and then it just obviously just get the appointment gets made, and we get notifications that say people have made the appointment, people have paid.
then it depends on how good you are at like your appointment booking, right? To be able
Yeah,
to so
and are we able to
as in like how you want to nurture the lead when you're calling them up. Because like it wouldn't make sense if you're texting them and then you just randomly send them like this booking link.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, absolutely. No, it's like, look, we're pretty good with the book. We've actually had today, we had a patient who um commented that she really loves our website and our booking system. She finds it really easy to use. But we can make it work. Whatever needs to happen, whatever we need to do to make it smoother, we will definitely do it. I think we're like pretty ready to commit to find a way to make it work.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think so right now, all that we really need, actually, let me write this down. So first things first is like the Facebook access.
Yep, I'll let my sister know right away. Hopefully she can do it tonight when she gets home from work. She finishes at 10. So as soon as she gets back, I'll get her to access. So you send me your email to my WhatsApp, and I'll send it to her so she can add you.
And then in terms of target audience, we will be targeting about people from 30 to 65 years old.
I think maybe even a little bit younger. Can we do like 25? Or does it really make a difference?
I think that there will be a difference because like in terms of the messaging that we want to use, like
Mm,
older people and like younger people, it will be a different kind of copy. Does-
okay.
Or maybe you could do two variations of like one like a younger and one older version.
Because even I was gonna say like 65 don't even like really use Facebook that much anyway. So like I would
So how
I think,
about we do 30 to 60? But like people from 25 to 30, like are they actually like having all these skin concerns?
yeah, to be honest, like a lot of them, like they're starting young. To be honest, like 25 is not that old. You're not that young to be starting skin treatments. So like we do have quite a few Just trying to think. The youngest, we have like 98. No, no, look, 30 is fine because it does it cut off. So is it like a cut off thing where if you put 30 in, is it like a solid like 30 is the like
Yeah.
born in 1994 is like the youngest that they will do?
Yeah. But we could also try this new function whereby if let's say you put um 30 to 65 or rather 25 to 65, like
Mm,
find like what really works for you and
mm,
target those people.
okay.
But I mean if you want to go with 25 to
No, look, let's try. Let's start with 30.
30 to 65 plus,
Yeah.
then mile radius 15. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then yep. So the offer, what do you think? So right now, what
Yeah.
we have is like 3 sessions plus a free consult and a free LED
Yeah.
therapy. What does the LED therapy thing
So
do?
LED, we've got plenty of posts about that online on the website as well, sorry, on our Instagram. So in that targets, so we've got different colored LED lights, and each of it targets. So for example, if you're under the red light, it'll help with inflammation. And if the blue light helps with uh acne scarring and
The one
fine
that
lines.
boosts the red blood cells, is it? Is that the one?
Sorry.
Does it boost like red blood cells as well? For
Yeah,
the
it's just more regeneration. Like it just it's really look, as a doctor, I don't really know how to explain it medically, but it's just like the UV rays, they just stimulate not red blood cells, so it's not your blood cells, it's your actual your skin cells. It just stimulates like new growth, stimulates healing and just promotes the turnover as opposed to it's more skin, not blood.
because I'm thinking of actually buying that thing as well, like the
Yeah,
red.
it's great. Like I if I didn't have the clinic one, I'd actually buy the mask. There's like a mask that you can have, and they come with different light settings. So like the blue light does has a different function than the red light. And depending on your skin concern, if you've got like acne scarring, or if it's because you want to do like a hyperpigmentation or something like that, you just put on a different color. And it helps. It requires like regular use, especially if you're doing it at home, because the ones at home in the masks are less strong. So you need to, you do it, for example, 15 minutes every night or a few times a week. And you'll see like over time a difference in your complexion. It's like more even skin tone. Maybe the pigmentation fades away, and things like that.
But where would you say I could get this thing
As in
on?
the mask, you can just buy it online. There's heaps. There's a brand called Dr. Dennis or something like that. It's a good brand. Like on it's just called an LED mask.
Check it
They're,
out.
they're quite they're quite pricey. But then at the same time, these LED therapy sessions in a clinic, like they're like $100 a session anyway. So it's pretty good to have one at home. Like I said, if I didn't have one at the clinic, I probably would buy one for myself. You can just do it at home in bed for 15 minutes a night. It's pretty good. But yeah, online you just search are you looking one for yourself, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. You just search LED face mask and it'll come up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, back to the offer. I think it's because 3 sessions, if you like let's say we're charging like 1.8K as well, it's like
Hmm.
too high of an entry fee just for them to kind of test things out because like they don't really know you or trust
Yeah,
you.
sure. Yeah, no, it's quite a pricey treatment. So like, I'm happy to discount it, but not too much, just because the machine itself is quite expensive, so I don't want to lose. It's because you have to change the head of the laser machine when you use it, so and to replace that it's quite costly. So I don't want to necessarily discount it too much. Leave it with me. I'll speak to mum exactly about the pricing wise, and I'll let you know what the thing. But I think it's good to say 2 sessions plus the LED plus an initial consultation. One, because it makes it a little bit more affordable than 3 sessions. And then I'll speak to mum and see what the price, what the cost is that we can do.
Yeah. If not, just think of like an alternative, something that would be lower barrier entry for people to come in and try your.
Sure, the alternative could be chemical peels. I think that's a good one. Also with a skin therapist. Um, and they're much, much more affordable. But they do the same, like, so we've got a number of different chemical peels. Like if you look at our website or on that link that I sent you, it'll show you all the different peels. Like you'll have like salicylic acid one, you'll have a different acid, and they all do different, they target different things based on so the way that you could advertise it is, if you're looking for a chemical peel for whatever concern that you've got. There is one for every concern that you've got, basically.
Okay.
So that could also be like a really, it would just require a little bit of reading into on your part, just like look on the website, look on that link that I sent you and get some info. And then that I feel like that's also a very reasonable thing to advertise.
Yeah. All right. I'll look into that then.
Yeah.
And then, shit. So, oh, sure. Yeah. Creatives. Let me go and figure that out. Just for the photos and everything, all
Yeah.
the Canva ads, that should be fine. It's just the video, we'll plan that out later on.
Don't mind me. I'm just moving around.
Okay. And then the funnel, yeah, my part as well. So you're fine with like the funnel in terms of like texting and everything. We use the software, and then
Yeah,
when we
look, if you think that that's the most beneficial, if you think that's going to be the most efficient, then yeah, I'm by all means, I'm definitely happy to do that. It's just a matter of making sure that it's yeah, well, we'll test it out. I'm happy to test it out. It's just the long term. I guess my question would be, would we need to? How would it affect the timely use is the question.
um, I don't think it will really affect it because when you use Timely, you use it just to book appointments, right?
Yeah, and also we use it in the clinic as well to how do you say make the appointments and put all the patients files, like all the patient files are on timely.
Yeah, so I think once they actually come in for an appointment, or like once they ask, okay, I'm fine with booking an appointment,
Yeah,
you can just send them the Timely link, and then
I
from
see.
there on, it's all Timely.
Okay, good.
So the software that I'm using is just to help
Bring
facilitate
them in. Yeah, sure. Yeah,
process.
sure.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's just it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, good.
So yeah, let's come
Let's.
back.
I'll start with that. Leave that with me. Just send me your email. I'll get that. I'll get you added ASAP. And for myself, I'll speak with mum about the pricing of
Offer.
the offer of the laser.
I'll figure out the creatives and then I'll schedule a time to come in the clinic
Yeah,
and
that sounds really good. Thank you so much for being so helpful and for being patient with us. Um, hopefully, yeah, mum's back. She's away this weekend, but she'll be back next week. And definitely there'll be at least a couple of days during the week where you can come.
okay,
Um, we'll schedule it. We can figure it out.
sure.
All right.
Uh,
Thanks so much, Nathaniel. Thank you. Bye.